Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Caroline. The first retreat was absolutely insane. The second retreat is going to be in the Maldives. We've had so many signups. Please click the link and buy your ticket ASAP. Very, very limited seating. I have said it. I think we are about 30% or 40% sold out now. Send me a DM if you're interested in coming. If you're a man and you're interested in looking in retreats too, please also send me a DM. I look forward to hearing from you all. And today, I think, I'm trying to remember if I'm 1 or 2 days out of the retreat now. But I'm sitting in San Diego because tomorrow I'm going to the Human Longevity Clinic where I am going to be tested. You know, I'm obviously nearing 50 and they're going to find anything. I will have 52 pages of results. So if there is an aneurysm, I'm predisposed to anything, that's why I'm here. So I can't wait to take you on that journey. But let me dial it back and let you know what's been going on. So obviously I went to the retreat, and anyone who's anyone knows that obviously when you do the first retreat, there's a lot of guessing in a way. I didn't know whether people would be there for relationship advice. You know, I did surveys and things like that, but until you really get there, you don't know what type of women will show up. I think the price point and the where we put it meant that you get a certain echelon of women. And by that, what I mean is the women, and it's like anything in life, when you pay a certain price to be somewhere, it means that you want to reach a certain goal. And these women were very strong-minded, very powerful, top of their game, women who were looking for that next chapter, new purpose, new part in life, answers. Some of them have been married, many years, sold their businesses. Other ones were gone back to university. One was, they've been to Princeton. One was at Harvard. One was running for Congress. Mind was blown. Some of them had clinics. There was quite a few doctors there actually. Some wanted to move and start a new life. And, what I realized is by following my podcast, by following my social media, all of these years, a lot of them had followed me all the way through Ladies of London, that they were bad bitches. They all knew that they needed to take action. A lot of them, with the questions that they asked me, what was extremely interesting actually was, although they all booked the one-on-one with me and they all wanted me, and I think they just wanted somebody to validate the question they had when they really knew the answer. And that happens a lot. That happens with me, by the way. I knew that I could do this, but it took me a long time to find the balls, I think, and just go, because I just didn't know what the women would be looking for. And I understood the women are looking for community, they're looking for connection, they're looking for the next chapter. Check out our travel ebook where we have made all the mistakes for you. If you like luxury travel or even just looking at amazing hotels to go to, this is the book for you. We also have discounted flights, room upgrades. Check it out, click the link and go get your book. And they're looking to make lasting relationships. I know that those women that, I met on that trip will stay in my life. And it gave me a very clear picture of what this is going to become, that you guys will all be able to join and keep, as I grow these retreats, everybody that comes on them with me will get an introduction to each other so that you will meet other like-minded women that you can also do business with and you can also check yourself with. And 3 women went home to quit their jobs. 1 woman went home to break up with her relationship. But again, these were all things that were necessary, were important, are life-changing. 2 people were moving countries. Other women wanted passive income and a new start. And other women just wanted to come and, see what it was all about, have a good time, see if there was any business they could do with their businesses that were already there. And it was very interesting. There was one woman who, she'll know who I'm talking about when I say it, but obviously who'd flown a very, very long way to come. And she felt immense guilt at the beginning for taking time out from her family, flying all that way and doing this. Actually, there were 2 or 3 women that said that they had not done something like this for themselves for a very long time, just due to work. One of the women brought her husband, actually, just for those reasons. And he actually, obviously there were no men in the room, but he actually lay by the pool and got some time for himself and took time out. So this trip really affected so many people in so many different ways. And I think what it did is give me the confidence also that I don't need per se, to have all the answers. I don't need to have this be something that I take different partners. I think this is something that is really going to take on a life of its own. I'm looking now, obviously the Maldives is just released, and I'm talking to different speakers now that I have realized would fit into what the women are looking for. So I think it's really important that these kind of things, because also a lot of the women that came on this first retreat want to come on the second one. The other thing that I learned was 25 women is tops. I spent many hours in that room. I spent many hours outside talking to the women, and everyone was lovely. Every one of you has a special place in my heart as the OG, but also just because I think if you've been listening and following me this long, you know who I am, and you're all very similar women. You're all go-getters. You're all not scared of change. You're all wives, mums, business women, ballsy. You don't need, to be hugged and have sound healing. You want to just make change. You wanted to come there, talk about it, and go home with an action plan. And that's what we did. That's what everyone did. And actually, it's what I did. I'm come home with an action plan. Like, I know what I need to do now. The only thing I have two minds about is because, so many men are reaching out saying, are you going to do one for us? Obviously, gay men and all of that, which is really, really fun. And I do want to do something, or, women that come with their gay best friend, right? And I think that would be really, really fun. So I'm considering it, but I haven't got there yet. I need to go home and just zen. I got to San Diego right now, and my husband, I fell asleep. I had a little minor operation yesterday because I had my facelift and I didn't like my ears, just because I think any woman that wears big earrings, they've just got a bit too stretched for me. So I forgot to do that. So I went to do that yesterday, and I think my body has collapsed since I have been asleep for 3 hours. My husband is standing behind this camera, all dressed up with nowhere to go, itching to go and look knows what out there. And I just think I need to decompress. I have listened to every woman's story, and all the women were so grateful, saying thank you for taking the time. Like, it wasn't hard for me. Like, I really enjoyed every single one, and I was determined to get round every single one of you. And it was just the most one. I'm still buzzing. I really am buzzing from the experience, and this is just the beginning. And, I have so many things, so much to give you all, because I have so many amazing friends. And the one thing I do understand too, by the way, is how exciting and how excited all of you are is to watch me do the real estate game, and to maybe learn to do it with me, and to see how fast that is all popped up for me, and for me to teach it to you. So I think that's something else that I'm looking into. I mean, my head is just buzzing. I've had a wonderful time, and America has just been a wonderful place for me. And I think Sergio and I have really broadened our horizons. And I think the one thing that this has taught both of us is not to get too comfortable where we are. I love the Middle East. I will always have the Middle East as home, but I do think to work, we also love to jump on a plane. And I think that our next stop would to be to get an apartment over here somewhere that we can just lock up and come for a few months, because we get shit done here. And the other thing I'd like to say for all of you out there, and these women, everyone going on, and the one thing they're all saying is they're all keeping in contact with or without me. There's a group chat, but I mean, obviously, I'm sure these women are going to do a lot of business together. And I think it's really important to say that that gives me so much pleasure. So many of the women came up going, do you mind if I contact this person or that person? That is the point of these retreats. Like, if you go away, two or three of the women were talking to Sergio. He showed them how to start their social media page, how to grow a presence, how to take their business to the next level. If you go away and you feel like you got something, you achieved something, and that you know your direction. Now, I won. That's all I want. So, that is the next level part of this connecting. I am not a gatekeeper to your friendships. I'm not a gatekeeper to what you can and cannot do. I'm happy that you've all met through my social media. And I think each and every person that came on that trip, because they took a chance, nobody knew each other, they could not believe how alike each woman was. So I cannot wait to continue this journey. I hope you all come with me. I'm sorry if it goes very fast, but there's only one of me. And the one thing I would say is imposter syndrome and all these things that we all have, or worries about setting this aside, or spending money on ourselves, like, it is an investment in your future. This is an investment in my future, your future. This is something that I will carry for a long time, and I think you will get a lot out of. So if this is something you're thinking about, click the link, join me in the Maldives. I really hope I'll see you there, and I have lots of surprises in store for you. Actually, I'm really excited about the guest speaker that I'm going to bring this time, just because I think it is something that really resonates with me. As you know, I'm a big manifester. I'm big on numbers. I'm big of clearing energy. I feel energy is everything. And I feel that the person that I'm going to bring with me this time is going to enlighten you in ways I can't. And it'll be really fun to watch all of you glow and grow on this trip. So join me. Thank you for listening to another episode of Coffee with Caroline.